Okay, we're back with Mike and Kelli Ward, doctors Mike and Kelli Ward. And, okay, guys, about my niece and nephews, by the way, niece and nephew, just want to get that out front. All right, so now the president is going to officially accept the nomination at the White House somewhere. And I understand that y'all are invited to this thing. Now, that's a big deal. I mean, I didn't get invited.
Right.
I don't know why. He knows my name.
Has he ever seen the show?
Yeah,
I think if he had seen the show, he would have invited you.
That's true. That's true. If he'd seen this program, he would have invited me. Well, next time when you see him. Okay, so you guys got an invitation, and I saw it. You posted it. Beautiful invitation. So how does all that happen?
Well, I mean, that's one of the blessings of being in party leadership. And so as the chairwoman of the Republican Party and as one of the delegates to the Charlotte Convention, I was invited to attend. Mike was invited because he was the chairman of our delegation. So had it
but all the members of our 6 members of the delegation were all invited. So they all got invitations, and all the delegates.
The 6 from every state.
So all the delegates did get invited, and I think that was great because a lot of people, they traveled. We've all changed all our plans. I mean, you could imagine that some people just had tickets to go to Charlotte for this whole time, and then some people did that, and then they switched
to Jacksonville.
And we didn't have flights out of Charlotte because originally the RNC was going to get us to Jacksonville.
They were going to take us by charter from Charlotte after the business of the RNC was over to the fun of Jacksonville.
So we had tickets home from Jacksonville.
Yes.
For the end of the week.
Yeah. So we rearranged a lot of tickets.
So those airline fares are out of your own pocket.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. But it's worth it. And so we were so pleasantly surprised when we got the email, and we were at a dinner. There were it wasn't one big dinner like you usually see at a convention where it's one big room and everyone's around giant tables. No, we were in the restaurant, smaller groups. I don't think there were any more than 8 or 10 people at a table at a time. Mostly smaller than that even, and everybody started getting the emails on their phone, and there was just buzz all over the place, excitement.
Yeah, a lot of excitement because I think that we none of us really knew how the president was going to accept the nomination.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, really, in a way, we kind of hoped he would have accepted the nomination in front of all of us in Charlotte, and then it turns out he did come and speak anyways. Yes. And the whole convention situation this year is uncomfortable because normally if you're a speaker or an audience member, there's all this interaction and reaction to what's being said. Yeah. When you speak, I mean, you have a line that you think is going to garner applause or not. And this president doesn't he could talk to an empty room.
But he loves the energy of the people.
Oh, sure. He
feeds off of it, and he feeds the audience back.
Okay, so how many people are expected? 365?
No, I think we've heard varying numbers, between 1,000 and 1,500. It's supposed to be on the south lawn of the White House. We don't know if it's going to rain or not. It's going to be at nighttime, supposedly around 10 p.m. Eastern time, so it'll be late. At least for us, it's only 7 p.m. Arizona time, so it won't be quite as tired. We made sure we brought some ponchos in case all these weather systems that are happening dump rain on us while we're there.
Because we're going to sit there.
Yes, we'll be there.
And if he's going to be speaking, we're going to get wet.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so you went from Charlotte, you came here to Alabama.
Yes.
And so you're staying in Alabama for days, and then you're going to go from Alabama to Washington.
Yes.
Which is a great thing.
Yeah, we'll be there for a couple of days, but we're there mainly for that speech. And we've been very, very fortunate to be able to meet the president several times. Most people haven't been able to meet the president.
I know you have. I'm so jealous.
Yes, and he gave me a great shout out when he came to Yuma. Now Yuma, it was hot. Okay, it's August when he came in Yuma.
I saw it, but he did.
He makes a comment. It's 122 degrees here in this hangar, and it was. He wasn't exaggerating. Yeah. And that we would pay a lot for that if we were at a health spa. So at least we were getting it for free. But he gave me a great shout out, which was wonderful. He said,
I thought it was great too.
Yeah, I was surprised. Didn't expect it at all, but it was nice. So it was nice.
I think it's been interesting watching the people speak that have met with the president on a personal level because the things they say about him are how we feel about him and interacting with him. He's very engaged. He's very
Well, he's caring, he's
interactive.
compassionate, he loves America, he loves American, he hates when people are taken advantage of.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to see Americans taken advantage of by other countries
Sure.
or people within
Neither
our
do
country.
I.
He's got great empathy.
Yeah.
He just is a loving person who has the X factor. Now, a lot of people say, "Oh, Joe Biden, he's such a nice guy." Well, guess what? I want a tough guy in the White House. I want somebody who says it like it is and delivers on the things that he promises, and that's what President Trump
Okay, I
has
want
done.
to switch gears because you're both doctors, you're both practicing physicians. COVID-19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the story? I mean,
So
you got mask, no mask.
So, it's pretty clear that there was some evidence that this was an incredibly dangerous virus. And for a certain segment of the population, it is.
Yeah.
And that it was
question.
brand new,
Yeah.
which there's some now dispute about that, whether it was totally novel or not. But at the beginning, if you have a brand new disease that's killing a lot of people, especially in New York City, even though that was, now we found out that was some mismanagement by the Democrat leaders, but it is scary. But we've learned a lot over the last several months.
I think, and as an emergency physician, I've had the opportunity to care for patients that either suspected to have I call it the China plague,
Yeah.
or that they do have it, or that I found signs either on their chest X-ray or CAT scan that this most likely is a similar type of illness until the rapid test came out. And so it's a bad disease, no question, for the people that are at risk. And the people that are at risk are people that primarily are obese, old, or
have diabetes, heart disease,
right, kidney disease,
significant
underlying lung disease, some kind
medical
of chronic
problem.
thing.
But I will tell you that the one thing that experts agree on is that everyone should wash their hands. That washing their hands is the best way to decrease the spread of this, and just do things to remain healthy. I say stay 6 feet away from someone else's face for more than 10 or 15 minutes. And you're going to be just as well off as wearing a mask every minute in public.
Yeah. And
The public masking is really, the outdoor public masking, there's just no science behind it. I mean, the whole idea that you should wear a mask when you're outside riding your bike or walking or driving in your car by yourself and all these things, there's just no science to support it. As a matter of fact, there have been some recent studies that have looked at surgical masks and N95 masks. And the surgical mask filters out about 38% of particles. So the other 62% are getting in. Yeah. But they're not designed to
what about
wear
the plastic stuff?
So the face shield just it keeps you protected from droplets.
And keeps you from spewing
Droplets
on
out.
other people.
Right. Well,
but there is also no proof that people who don't have any symptoms or who don't have the virus can spread anything to anyone else. A lot of it is virtue signaling.
That's
So-
right.
Yeah.
If you have no symptoms, you have no symptoms.
So,
That's it.
I think a year from now, there'll probably be a lot better science and greater understanding of this disease, but it's a new disease. And, we found the same thing with H1N1, the swine flu, when it came out back 11 years ago. It was pretty frightening to be practicing medicine during that time in the emergency room because there were a lot of sick people. 60 million people got the swine flu. You would think that this is the first time 5 million people have gotten an illness in the United States. It's not true. And so, I think we'll learn more, but certainly there's no science behind all the things that they've done. But they have proven that the things that we've done have caused economic harm to Americans and to the world, not just America, but in other countries that have done the same things.
Well, I want to thank you both for being with me today. It's been a pleasure finally to sit down with
you.
y'all and interview for our programs. And we'll have to do it again sometime real soon.
Can't
We'll
wait.
do it.
Okay.
All right.